Hi guys, this is Bill from Spencer1984.com with another update to the Hot Wheels Silhouette. This week we're going to be taking a look at the wheels. Now I want to have the iconic Redline look with the 5-spoke mags on it, but didn't want to just use something straight out of the box. So instead what I did is I drew up and had 3D printed a set of wheels here. And they don't look like much yet. The clear plastic is kind of throwing them off. So I'm going to put a layer of black paint on these so we can take a better look. I'll be right back. And here they are with a black base coat. Nothing too fancy. I did Napa black primer and then a shot of Tamiya TS14 black, but that gives me something good to start with. And now I'm going to bring in some bare metal foil. I'm going to use this to give it the chrome effect. So what I'm going to do is kind of line it up here and cut it just slightly bigger than the wheel itself. Both directions here. Trimmed. That should do it. I'll get this as flat as I can as I'm pulling it off, because to get it as wrinkle-free as I can, what I want to do is I want to lay it down so they hit the center first, just like that. And now I'm going to go take a cotton swab and work my way out from the center, burnishing it down as much as I can all the way around at the same time. I don't want to go from one side to the other and end up with a wrinkle on it. And you can see the outline of the spokes starting to show up now. Take a paper towel, use that to kind of polish it down a little bit better. And now I'm going to take a toothpick with a rounded off tip and just get this groove right here at the edge. So when I layer the process like this, that gives me generally the cleanest results. I'm just going to trim off the excess here. Some of it will wrap around the edge, so I don't need to be super tight to the wheel itself. I just don't want to have a whole lot for the tire to get caught on when I'm assembling them. And I didn't mention before, but you definitely need a new X-Acto blade for any type of work like this. If I had not replaced the blade before I started, I'd be making a mess, tearing, cursing, hacking. It's not worth it. Just go ahead, replace the blade, start with a new one. You really want to be able to do all this with basically zero pressure on it. Alright, that off. I'm going to take my toothpick and burnish it down around the edges. Just kind of clean that up a little bit. And there we go. There's the base. Now, time to cut out the spokes. And because it's been burnished down, and I've got the new blade here, I can use that as a guide and basically just let the weight of the knife ride on that edge. 2. Put that in. Have to come back and get that later. There's 3. And last one here. Alright. So I got those all cut out now, and you can see it still peeled up the edges a little bit. So I'm going to take my paper towel and wipe them down again. Kind of go over the whole surface and polish it best I can here. And any place that's left, go back through with the toothpick again. Just kind of neaten up the edges best I can. Take that section out. It's the one that fell through at the back side. There we go. Alright. That's looking not too bad now. Just hit these last edges. And if there's a little wrinkle in it anywheres, just hit it with that rounded end, and that should flatten it out nicely. Yeah. So the last detail before they get mounted in the tires is going to be the lug nuts, and for that I'm going to be using a Chrome Gundam marker. I picked this one up through Hobby Link Japan, but you can purchase them at some hobby stores. Include a link down below for you. And I'm just going to make a little puddle here on a piece of scrap. I'm going to take my painting toothpick here. I'm just going to dab it in that puddle and just hit the top of the lug nut. I want to do them this way so that it kind of crosses between the look of the original Redline wheels and something a little more realistic with lug nuts and wheel spacers and all of that. But I didn't want to do them solid chrome or anything like that. I kind of like the way that these are turning out. So, hit this last lug nut. So that's what they look like now. So I drew these up to be more or less a straight match to what came in the kit, and they're close enough. I did need to modify the tires a little bit, but I am still using the front tires at least from the kit. And here's what they look like. The red line is just some apple barrel candy apple red paint. I applied with a toothpick right on the sidewall. And let's see, did have to do a little bit of modification to the inside of the tire, but they do fit in, and that's exactly the look that I was going for. So, got the 2 front wheels, and for the back wheels, I rated the parts box for some skinny slicks from, I think it was AMT's 49 Mercury. Just taking a quick look here at what this is going to look like. And there we go. So got the classic Redline look with the big 60 series tires on it. And overall I'm pretty happy with how this has come out. So now the last thing is going to be the body. I've got that painted in the booth, so that's got to finish gassing out and got to have its final polishing. So I will have that next week, so check back then, and thanks for watching.